Alright everyone, let's talk about an important topic, and that is the next opportunity to summon Lost Vein Meliodas and why that might actually factor into your decision on when to stop summoning for the current opportunity to get Lost Vein Meliodas. So just to kind of set things straight here, the current opportunity to get Lost Vein Meliodas is the first chance we've had to get him, and that is the half anniversary banner. Now, I do want to emphasize, though, that the half anniversary banner is a full month long, so you guys still have all the way up until the very end of September in order to do pulls on this banner. So that means that even if you only have 300, 400, 500 gems at the time that you're watching this, you might actually be able to squeak through here and get the required gems in order to go up until the guarantee if you haven't gotten lucky and you haven't gotten him yet. So still plenty of chances. Now, worst case scenario, if you don't end up getting the gems, if you can't pull him, you can't get to the guarantee, what's going on and when will the next opportunity be? And those of you guys who have already actually got yourself maybe 1, 2, or 3 copies, should you keep going, or maybe is this the time that you actually stop? And I would say, unless you guys are a super massive mega whale and you just have pretty much unlimited gems, unlimited money, I would definitely consider not going for 6 out of 6 on this banner specifically. And that's because we do know the timeline of the JP version of the game, and while things on the JP version of the game are not exact, it still gives us a pretty good understanding of what's going to be coming in the future and the approximate timeline of when it's going to be coming in the future. And we know that the Goddess Elizabeth banner is going to be coming within the next few months. Now, it's probably not going to be super soon, but it's probably not going to be super far away either, especially with the accelerated pace of global and how fast things have been moving. And if we take a look at the dates between Lost Vein Meliodas on JP when it came out, and Lost Vein or Goddess Elizabeth on JP when she came out, you can see here that March 26th was when Lost Vein and Fraudrin came out, and then going down here, you have the Goddess Elizabeth banner, which was May 28th. So that's not really too long, even on the JP version of the game. You got March, right? Then you've got a full month would be April, and then 1 full month would be May. So you've got a pretty much exact difference of 2 months from the release of Lost Vein on JP to the release of Goddess Elizabeth on JP. Now, if global goes super fast, we could even see that be sooner, but I think we're not going to see it be much later. You know, I would say worst case scenario, we're looking at like 2.5 to 3 months, but I would probably say it's going to be closer to 2 months with the way things have been going. And that's not really that long. You know, it takes a while to end up saving your gems, and 2 months, you know, this banner with Goddess Elizabeth is definitely a pretty big upgrade in terms of your opportunities for desirable units, because not only is it going to introduce the opportunity to get a very powerful new unit, Goddess Elizabeth, but it is also going to feature Lost Vein Meliodas as well. And I would say, more importantly than the banner actually featuring Lost Vein Meliodas, and I'll just show you guys the rates of the banner on the JP version when it came out, and you can see there that Lost Vein is indeed on this banner with that 0.25%. We actually have rates a little bit better on the global version of the game right now on this banner, because we are missing a couple of the units that were supposed to be on it. So still close, but a little bit higher of 0.28. So maybe the chance goes down a tiny bit before the banner actually comes out. There's also the possibility that they end up buffing the banner to be similar to like the King banner is on the JP version, where we might actually see it go all the way up to 0.5%. Either way, though, the opportunity is there, and more importantly than the opportunity is you also have that similar pity or milestone or reward type system on the Goddess Elizabeth banner as you do currently on Lost Vein. And very importantly, at 900 gems, you can see that there's no portrait of Goddess Elizabeth, there's no portrait of Lost Vein Meliodas. You just have that box, and that's because you can actually pick between Goddess Elizabeth, which will be the new unit, or Lost Vein Meliodas. So it's a really nice, I guess, step up from the current Lost Vein banner, another extremely desirable unit, and still have the opportunity to pick whichever unit you want at 900 gems. So, you know, this is definitely a very reasonable option to be saving for, especially considering that the timeline, you know, it definitely might not be as long as you guys think it is. Now, I don't think that that means spend 0 gems trying to go for Lost Vein Meliodas. Maybe if you're free to play and you just really want to find the absolute best opportunities to get the 100% best value for your gems as possible, but I would say, you know, if you guys have the gems to still get one copy of Lost City Meliodas, because of just how powerful he is, you know, you're going to have to be okay with getting pushed around a bit, especially in PvP, if you hold off on him. So, you know, it is always the decision. It's not really 100% cut and dry one way or the other, but this banner coming in the next couple of months is very, very important to be aware of. Now, another thing that I really wanted to spotlight here is the fact that Lost City Meliodas and Goddess Elizabeth both work very, very well together. And Goddess Elizabeth at her release is really going to make Lost City Meliodas shine even more. I would say he's already kind of the star of the show, so unbelievably powerful. But with Goddess Elizabeth, he is going to be absolutely unstoppable. And PvP is just going to be all Lost City Meliodas, all Goddess Elizabeth. It's going to be very difficult to really work around this without having those units in the team. So getting into her skill kit, you can see that her unit rating, of course, at the top of the charts for both versions of PvP and also her passive. So let's start off with that right here. If an ally is going to die, recovers HP by the amount before death and revives the hero. Once per battle applies when entering battle. This is actually really unique in the sense that if they somehow end up dying, but right before they die, they had a whole bunch of HP, then they're also going to end up coming back with a whole bunch of HP. So there's some very interesting, you know, workaround with the way that this passive actually works that could lead to some very interesting scenarios, especially in PvP. Very, very powerful passive, though. Definitely going to be a game changer for many different aspects of the game. Now, getting into her skill kit, she also has two incredibly powerful abilities, and you'll see here, it inflicts damage to 200% on one enemy, but right off the bat on her rank 2, and not her rank 3, you have a stun that is added to this ability. So it also cancels stances on the enemy, inflicts 200%, so same amount of damage, but also stuns for 1 turn, and that is absolutely huge. Stun is so insanely powerful, especially in PvP, so having that on the rank 2 is huge. Then, of course, the rank 3 cancels stances on one enemy, inflicts damage to 250%, so buffed up a little bit, but this ability isn't really too much about the damage as it is about the actual utility with the stun and the cancel stances. But also the stun now is 2 turns instead of just 1 turn, so very powerful skill right there. But then getting into her second skill, creates a barrier around all allies equal to 150% of attack for 1 turn. So that barrier, kind of like Merlin's ability here, right? Creates a barrier around all allies equal to 150% of attack for 2 turns. However, the Goddess Elizabeth barrier has a bit of extra stuff added on top of it. Yes, it's only 1 turn, but when attacked, no bonus damage effect will be applied. So that is also huge. I know with the Merlin ability, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of the times I notice that even the 375% version, you know, it's pretty easy, especially if your enemies are very powerful, for them to just chunk away that entire shield very, very quickly. And so having that when attacked, no bonus damage will be applied is going to make it a lot more difficult in order to really get through this shield. So the rank 2 here is creates a barrier around all allies for 200%. So same thing, except it's buffed from 150% to 200% for 1 turn still. No bonus damage effects will be applied. Excludes Rupture, by the way, so that is an important note right there. And then the rank 3 version is boosted from 200% up to 300%, but it also makes the barrier 2 turns instead of just 1 turn. So a pretty powerful upgrade there from the rank 2 to the rank 3 version. Of course, still no bonus damage effects will be applied. And last but not least, her ultimate heals HP of all allies equal to 30% of max HP. Reflects 40%, 120% at max ult, and I'll talk about this in a second because that is a big, big boost with additional ultimate levels. So reflects damage taken and heals for 50% of the damage reflected for 2 turns. So this ultimate is pretty gross. Pretty gross if you have to deal with it as the enemy. Not gross if obviously you have Goddess Elizabeth using it on your team. So not only is it just a straight up heal right off the bat, but you've got this reflect that is added on top of it as well. And this ultimate really scales a lot off of having additional levels. You can see that the multiplier for the heal, first of all, is more than doubled from 1 out of 6 to 6 out of 6 ultimate level, from 30% up to 70%. The reflect multiplier is 10 to 20% right there, but it also goes from a 40% reflect at rank 1, or ultimate level 1 out of 6, to 120% at ultimate level 6 out of 6. So you get 3 times the efficiency on the Reflect by having her ultimate maxed out. And that actually boosts the heal as well, because the more that you're reflecting, not only are you going to be doing more damage, but because you're healing based off of the Reflect right there, you're also going to be healing more too. So super powerful ultimate, but also a super powerful ultimate that scales insanely based off of having more copies of her. So it is a super powerful unit that just works very, very well with Lostvayne Meliodas. And given the fact that, you know, this banner, when she does come out, you are going to have the chance to get her as a drop based on RNG. You're going to have the chance to get Lostvayne Meliodas based on RNG. You're going to have other units in the banner, and you also have the opportunity to pick either her or Lostvayne from the 900 gem pity / milestone rewards. So definitely something that you do want to be mindful of for the future. So let me know what you guys think about all this, and what are your plans? Are you guys going to be going back into the Lostvayne banner? Have you got yourself a copy of him? Or are you guys going to be stopping at this point and just saving up for Goddess Elizabeth, or maybe saving up for something else in the future as well? But either way, that's going to be about it for the video today. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to toss a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you to all of you guys who decide to quickly do that. And more Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to your right or below. More guides, tutorials, and fun videos just like this. I believe we're at around 150 videos on the channel now, so thank you guys all so much for the support. But if not, until next time, have a fantastic day, take care, and until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.